Hey, what's up, all? This is Sheila with Sheila and Co. of Samson Properties. Welcome to part two of our interview on TJF Tidbits with Matt Landsberg of CLA Title. Tell us about the importance of the title company and then walk us through why title insurance is important, because that seems to be a hot topic with some buyers when they start looking at those numbers and start crunching them and saying, wait a second, I just paid for this insurance. What's title insurance? Do I really need it? So those two topics.
Yeah, so the title company is probably the least well known of the transaction. Everybody's familiar with the realtors, everybody's familiar with the lenders, and some of the other players involved, but the title company is certainly one of the least understood. And so we're sort of the hub of the transaction. Pretty much all the pieces of the transaction go through the title company. We're gathering information from the sellers, we're gathering information from the buyers, we're working with the lenders and the realtors as well. And then we're getting tax information on the property. We're getting all the background information on the property, doing title searches, examining the title to those properties. And then we're conducting the settlement. And then after the settlement, we're dispersing the funds according to the documents, the closing disclosure, the ALTA. And then we're recording the signed documents with the respective county to make sure that it's in the land records and the whole world knows that that new buyer does indeed own the property, amongst a few other things in that process. But so that's what we do in a nutshell. And again, most people aren't familiar with us. They just know, oh, title company, I go and sign the documents with them. They don't really know the majority of things that are being done behind the scenes. As far as the importance of title, that sort of goes hand in hand with the lack of general understanding of what we do. So the title is whenever property is conveyed, we have to make sure that underlying property has the right to be conveyed, and we have to verify that there's no outstanding liens or judgments on that property to prevent it from being marketable to the next buyer, right? And so even if something is missed, that's what the title insurance is for. And so while title claims are not super common, that is really a byproduct of the title company doing good work and clearing the title prior, making sure that the necessary pieces are being handled appropriately. But it does happen, and there are unforeseen things, whether it's a title company mistake, whether it's the search abstractor mistake, or maybe it's something that wasn't in the public records at the time and that came up and ended up on title, that becomes a major issue for that new buyer. And while somebody might look at the title insurance and think that's expensive, I tend to look at that and think it's relatively inexpensive, considering title insurance is only a one-time fee. It cannot be purchased after settlement, and it covers for as long as that owner owns a property. So it's not a reoccurring expense like homeowners insurance or car insurance. It's a one-time expense, and there are different levels of title insurance that one can get. But again, it's there to protect the consumer, and it is used. And there are horror stories about people that bought a property and something happened, and fortunately they had title insurance that protected them. It's probably only about 1% or less than 1% of consumers that I'm aware of, at least from our experience, that don't buy title insurance.